Good morning, everybody! Unless, of course, you're watching this video in the evening. In that case, good evening, and you are watching Time Travel TV. And today, we're going to be talking about the founding of the Paralympics, because Tokyo 2020 Paralympics is almost here. So let's look at where it all began. And it all began with a Jewish-German doctor called Dr Ludwig Guttmann. Now, he escaped Germany as a refugee and arrived in England, and in 1944 he was put in charge of a paraplegic ward in Stoke Mandeville Hospital. Now, back then many people didn't consider paraplegic patients to live very long. They said, it doesn't matter, they'll die in a couple of years, so just make them as comfortable as you can. But Dr Ludwig Guttmann had other ideas. He decided that he would treat them by encouraging them to engage in activities such as crafts and, most importantly, sports. He especially encouraged wheelchair patients to engage in sports such as archery and javelin, ones they can do sitting down. So, in 1948, London was hosting the first Olympic Games after the Second World War, and it was quite a big deal at the time. So, Dr Ludwig Guttmann decided to put on an event at the Stoke Mandeville Hospital. Now, he got a team of 14 men and 2 women to do an archery demonstration. This became the first Stoke Mandeville Games, and these people became the first Paralympians. A similar event was hosted every year after that, each year getting bigger and better. Now, that was a rare clip from one of the early games. In 1952, it became an international games, when the Dutch sent a small team over. Dr Ludwig Guttmann thought that the games was very important. In fact, shall we let him explain just why he thought it was so important?
Very important, see, from both the physical and psychological point of view, but the most important is from the point of the social reintegration of the paralyzed into society.
Thank you, Ludwig. Now, Ludwig dreamed of one day disabled people competing in the Olympics. Well, not the Olympics, another Olympics. An Olympics that ran parallel with the Olympics. A Paralympics! And that dream was realised in 1960 when the first Paralympics was held in Rome shortly after the Olympics. Since then, the Paralympics has been held every 4 years, not always in the same city as the Olympics. However, since 1992, it has been. And in 2012, the Paralympics came home by being held in London, not far from the Stoke Mandeville Hospital. So, that is a story, and I hope you enjoy the 2020 Paralympics when it comes on later this year. And I'll see you later. Cheerio.